Well, here we go, guys. This is a new project. It's a 1973 Honda CL175. So it's a lot rougher than it might look. So I just kind of want to take the time, go through, kind of document everything that needs to be done to it. Maybe look around the bike a little more, see if I find anything else. But right off the bat, the seat was off it when I got it. It's not bolted in, but here we are. We're missing the battery. So the battery's out. Not a huge deal. Just looking at this, you can see we're missing the rubber on the kickstart. Not a huge deal. One thing I noticed too that's important is it's actually missing the ground cable for the battery to attach to the frame. So my last project, my CB200, there's a ground cable that came up from the frame here, and I think it was attached here at this bolt, and then that runs up into the battery box up in here. So that's something that needs to be replaced, or added rather. So then this one, it did come with a toolkit. It's not in this right now. It's actually in a box of parts that I got. But so that's cool. You don't see that often, that they come with the toolkit. You might notice the passenger ones are here, but we're missing the one for the rider down there, the foot pegs. I actually have those too. Came over here. So you can see I've got this guy right here. That's going to go on there. You guys can see, obviously, the exhaust is not on the bike. We've got two sets here. One of them is a set of straight pipes. The other one, the original exhaust. They both got some problems with them. The straight pipe one, you can see, let's see if we can get the light on there. You can see some cracking here. Hopefully that focuses a little bit, but you can see that crack right there. And it's actually a lot worse. This other straight pipe is good, but it's a lot worse on this one here, the original stock exhaust. So you can actually kind of see it. This ring is totally screwed. I don't have any welding skills. I don't really know much about fabrication, but if I had to obviously guess, I think this one would be a little easier to fix, but we'll see. We'll see. So the gas tank is pretty rusty inside. Definitely needs a little bit of work down there. It even looks like somebody tried to maybe put some like epoxy coating in there at some point. You can kind of see some flaking down in there. Not really sure, but we'll see. Other than that, I think the tank is recoverable. Missing these side covers here for the points and the other thing. So I do have those. They're in this box here next to me with this guy. We got the toolkit, the covers. Actually, had an owner's manual, which is kind of cool. You don't really see that a whole lot. And it's actually got the wiring diagram and everything in there. I think it's in the, so we got the wiring diagram here. Got the emblems, 175. Some boots for the airbox. Couplers for the exhaust. A few more Honda parts here. Spark plug boots. Maybe, I can't tell if that's like an old ignition coil. Cable maybe. Let's see here. I'm not really sure what that is, to be honest. And then just a couple of some carb stuff. Fuel line. Seen some better days for sure. Some old gaskets. Exhaust couplers, like There's that. So, you know, I've got some leftover stuff from my CB200 build. Well, actually, okay, so this is one original airbox off of the 175 here, so that actually was there. And then same with this side fairing, side cover. And then everything else left in here is really from my 200. These aren't even 200 side covers, but they were on there before anyways. The chain not going to work. That's the CB200 chain. But I've got some boots, some extra carb, some carb parts, extra pigtails, some throttle cable, brake cable. Got an old regulator rectifier here, but I'm just going to replace that with a brand new regulator rectifier. Worth it in my opinion. Obviously some handles, whatever, but just little odds and ends. Nothing really crazy in there. We look around, so obviously this is not looking that great. So this throttle is definitely busted. You can see, I don't know if you can see down there actually. So that is like cracked, split, pops right off. This guy is off. I think it's really just connected just because of this. Bike was dropped, definitely. You can see this broke off. Well, actually, maybe not, because maybe they broke. I don't know. If I had to guess, they dropped it on both sides. It was definitely dropped, because you can actually see how close this brake pedal is. It actually doesn't touch unless I jam it in there, but that's. So I do think the bike was down a few times. The carbs, obviously, well, like I said, I only got one of the air boxes, but it's missing a couple things around here, like this bolt to keep this in here, and then there's like a little pin that keeps that link together from here. That's down in there, but yeah, this link here, my fingers, connects onto this guy, and there's, it's easy, keep it in there with wire or something, but I think this bolt back here is more of my concern. Not a big deal. Got the coil boots on there. This side actually is I think the most annoying thing about the bike to me, and I guess it's really not that big of a deal for some people, but I just don't have any experience with it. But actually, these threads here are cross-threaded, so I'm going to have to either try and tap those out. Maybe, I've heard a lot of people talk about time certs a lot, so I might try to look into that, see if I can tap that in with the new time cert. The other side is fine, so I probably won't do that unless there's some reason to do both sides, but it's really just this side that needs it. It does leak oil a little bit. I have a little pile on my garage floor from where it was sitting. Again, not crazy. I mean, I think it's probably gonna have to go through the entire thing anyways. Again, same thing. You got the points over here. This spark plug goes in fine. There's no problems there. You can see the foot lever for the clutch is definitely bent in, so definitely dropped on this side as well. Got the keys for it. Woohoo! At least that's something, right? I did take a scope down the cylinders, and they're actually really nice. They're really clean. You can still see even a little bit of crosshatch in there, which is nice. There's no rust, anything like that. So that makes me a little optimistic. There's a lot going on with the bike. she needs a lot of work, but I'm excited. That's just my general overview. Oh yeah, the gas tank. This guy is here. Doesn't really. So that'll need a new rubber there to get that off. But take this off. Pop it on the ground gently, I guess. Yeah. So the harness looks okay. But to be honest, if there's anything about the bike that I'm not worried about, it's the electrical. And that might... I guess that's just where my most experience is dealing with electrical. Tracking down electrical gremlins. So I feel pretty good about that. But, you know, it's missing a lot. It's very incomplete. So I'll have to order some stuff. Probably get on eBay, check it out. But I do think, you know, like I said, with the cylinders looking as good as they do, I'm optimistic about compression and everything like that. As long as, you know, as long as I can get this threaded back, and you know, I think I will use time certs. I think that's probably the best option. And then I might just replace the regulator rectifier. It's down in here through this hole. You can get it up through the bottom, but you still see the original one down in here. So I might get the combo unit, slap it up right where this guy is, and just be done with that. Now it's a common failure part. I know it went bad on my CV200, so I had to replace it there. And then one thing that I've considered, and I don't know for sure if I'm going to do it, but I think it's maybe like $10-15. Is probably this condenser on the other side here. I'll probably just replace that, just because, just peace of mind. Just, you know, getting high up in the RPM. Well, high up in the RPMs really. I've had that go bad in the past also, and it really just drops the top speed that you can wring out of it. So maybe just nice, easy replacement. Few wires, a couple screws, a single bolt. So I'll probably do that too. And really, this is, you know, just the start, I think. Yeah. So there she is, all of her glory. The new 1973 CL175. I believe this one is the K6 generation, so I'm excited. Anyways, thanks for coming out. Can't wait to get her back on the road.